Hey, it would help if all my things are set to the proper thing. You can hear me now. Uh, okay, there we go. Is that giving me my Minecraft sounds now? Yes. Okay, that's working properly. Okay, upbeat seems to be working. Panda, I think I should do a little test thing just to make sure he is working. How do I do that again? I gotta remember how to do the things. Da, 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 da. There's supposed to be a thing somewhere. Nope, this isn't it either. Where is it? There it is. I think. Sure, let's try that. Let's make sure it's working and the sound's working and everything.
Nom
Okay.
nom nom moi. Thank you Steam's Creative Journal. Clumsy Reethieth is one happy bunny turtle. Wiggles tail
I'm
happily.
not hearing the sound, which is weird. Why do I not hear the sound? Okay, so how do I get the sounds coming through for me then? That is a good question. I do see the message in chat at least. Sorry, just getting a little bit of technical difficulties out of the way here before we get into it. What do I do for that? Because I need to hear it as well. Control audio via OBS. Maybe that's why I'm having trouble with it? No. Well, I definitely went through. It's just... Okay, that's fine. We'll have to get someone in here to test it later. Let's see. Okay. So, I have to figure out how I want to do this. Because I want this to be something that, first of all, blocks the player's movement. Which these technically don't either, but I gotta figure out how to do that. Now, what can I do with its properties? I don't know if I can do anything with the properties to change that. Let's see about... Let's get myself another page open here so I can take a look at stuff. Make invisible block Minecraft.
Yawns loudly, stretches legs hee.
I would
Time for
assume
a
barrier,
nap.
but
Don't let me sleep too long, okay? Gotta keep chatting with you all.
Because my one thought would be using barrier blocks, but I have to do some really weird things with that. Like, I'm actually kind of curious. What do we have, though? If I could summon things, what options do we have? Do we actually have anything that could potentially be used for this? Like, I guess I could technically spawn, like, mobs with different AI. That feels really, like, really, what's the word? Janky, that's what I'm doing. Takes so long for me to think of the word. But what could we do in, I guess, like a shulker? A shulker could technically work well. Because it's basically a block, but you can jump on the shulker would be the issue. Not sure if there'd be, because there's an interaction entity, which I don't know if you can make it like an actual hitbox that you can't go through. Oops. What other? We could do an armor stand, but you can walk through armor stands. Do 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 do. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. I guess if I had an invisible, no AI, no sound shulker spawned above these, that could work. And then if you hit it, then it would delete it, but would kill it instantly because I could have its like HP reduced. That might be a workaround. Let's do a little research and see if the Minecraft interaction entity maybe can have a like block movement maybe. Let's see if it just does anything. Interaction entity also blocks other interactions with blocks and entities within their boundaries. Yeah, I get that part. Interaction entities passively record the player who has hit it. Yep, got that. Okay, I get that general idea. Interaction entity blocks interactions with blocks and other entities within their boundaries. Cannot open chests, attack mobs, or interact with other blocks if an interaction entity is present. You can also use other methods for interacting detection, such as at code range. Okay, yeah. If you need to move an entity, consider using the move block command or other commands. Okay. So you can detect a player interaction and trigger actions based on those interactions. However, it's important to be aware of their limitations and consider alternative methods for interaction detection if necessary. So they are rather limited. Because I could use the interaction entity as a spot you interact with, so like if you were to hit it, it could remove everything in space, from what I understand. Because I could also do a barrier block. Because I could do a combination of like a barrier block, the bush, and the interaction entity, but that's like, that feels really messy, because if I have like a barrier, which I have to give myself. Barrier. So I could technically, oops. Oh, I can't just shift click it on the top of there, that's a bit awkward. Oh, I didn't fill this spot in. So I could technically have something like this. And then I could also do it here, here, like where all these are. But then you can't walk through it. You could technically get underneath if you have some way to get underneath or over top. So you could cheese it. And a barrier block can't be interacted with or hit, but if we made an interaction entity that's 3 high. So let's go ahead and just remove this stuff real quick. We're gonna go out a little bit and we're gonna test if we can make my idea work. So let's go over here. What's in this command block? I don't remember what this is. An item display. I don't remember what this block is and why it's here. Whatever it is, it's a very, very long thing. Getting distracted though, that's for sure. Goodness. How long is this command? Rabbi Bone. Oh, so this is the. Oh, this is all the stuff from my block bench. That's what it is. Goodness. Because I was trying to summon an item display. Does it say where I'm trying to summon it though? Oh wow, look, that's what that command is, which is insane. Though I don't know. Where that's supposed to be doing things. Huh. Anyways, we'll deal with that at another date. That's not what we're working on right now. So our first thing is we want this here, then we want a barrier block above it, so that like it stops you going through. Then the only other option you could have is, oh, actually, hold on. I do want to make it so, right. So if I can go into adventure mode, can I break this? Technically, no. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. Now, something I want to do. Is there something that Tenro actually showed me, a good friend of mine? How I could do a command that will, here, where'd I hide that at? Right here. So if I do something to this effect, and I paste that in here, and then, actually, hold on, I need to. What was it? It was F3, I think. Is it D for the chat? Yeah, okay. So put that back in here. So we have this, so we can modify it. Though we need to make sure that the command stuff is the proper one. And we don't want to do a stone pickaxe. We're going to do a wooden sword. So we'll start with this. Wooden sword. Okay. It wants me to do a count. So I got to figure out how to get this stuff in here. And I want this to be bush. And to do a barrier? No, I don't want to do barrier block. That wouldn't work. Well, let's try something here. Want to do a summon interaction at this location, and I need to. I gotta change its size, but I forgot how I did that. I really got to make a catalog of all my things that I do, all my commands. Let's see, change size of interaction entity. Entity Minecraft, yes. I gotta remember the proper syntax. It's so hard to remember syntax. Starting to get hot because it's summertime. I'm gonna see if I can get this fan working. Okay. Should have some air working. Hold on. There. Okay. It's so hard to I find the proper stuff when doing this because a lot of the stuff on the internet is just like so old. This one, not even valid because it's not even talking about it properly. How to change the player size with command? Nope, it's not what I'm looking for. Well, let's try summoning one. And then we should be able to do F3B. F3B. Now we can see it. There's apparently a move block command. I wonder if I can... Can I grab that and move it around, I wonder? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Because it would be nice to know if I can move something. I was thinking about it. It'd be nice if I had a data pack where I could just click the ground and move entities around, like mess with all these interaction entities via like a tool. Let's see. Can I? What I should be able to do is say I can grab that. Yep. I need to TP this, but that's not what I want to do because I need to figure out what this coordinate is. 39 and -26. If I do this to 39, can I not actually? I might be able to. Hopefully I can. Oops. 126. Oh. Oops. Negative. There we go. Okay, cool. That's super helpful that I can do that. So now if I wanted to do this, I could move it, put this back, and then put it back again. So now we have that covering the bush. You technically can't. I thought the interaction entity made it so you can't punch through it. Weird. Oh, because it's... Is it because its hitbox is slightly different than the whole thing? Interesting. Huh. What if I said fill that spot with a bush? Okay, it does where I'm standing. So if I do that again, there's a barrier block. So I can put that there, but I can actually interact with that because the hitbox of the interaction entity is either the same or slightly smaller. Or the bush is slightly bigger? That's interesting. Okay. So what I gotta do now then is I need to say data modify entity. Oh, do I have to have like an actual thing, or can I let's see. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Hmm. Do, 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 do. I do set block. No. So does any of this do anything that I would think it would do? I guess I could say tag. Can I not just add a tag to it? So I need the proper syntax for it, unless it says targets and add remove list. I wish I could just grab this thing. So I should be able to do data get entity, and I'll just grab that one. Yeah, I could do it like that, but I can't do the modify. Okay, so I can do it if I have their actual thing, but problem is I won't be able to duplicate that entity every time. Because when it generates it, it gives it a new, I believe that's a UUID. Well, I can do that, and then what can I do with it after the fact? Insert, then apprehend, set, and merge. So if I say set, okay, so none of that seems to weird. Because my goal is to change its size a little bit. Which I do not recall how I did that, which is just silly of me not to save that. There's a size command. Let's see, what does this do? Oh, there's someone requesting it. Okay, so that's not going to be what we're after. Oh, there is one though. There is. Hmm. So it's a data merge command which changes its NBT. Since a new. So what am I after? Can I do size? Apprehend? No. Append, I guess is what it says. Insert, merge. I don't actually know what any of that does. Okay. The struggle. I wish I could understand the wiki better, because I don't know what it is about reading the wiki, but I don't understand its context. Like, so it tells me what all the options and stuff are, but I don't see the proper syntax. Like it says, for example, I've got width and height as an option that I can change, but it shows no syntax whatsoever on how to do so. Which would be nice if it did that. I don't understand why that just isn't a thing. Do I have to do like an execute, potentially? What if I say, oops, what? Position, base implementation alignment. So the modify subcommands. So I got facing position, can do that, which don't really need. Okay, see if I can go check this. I'm pretty sure this one's no longer gonna work though. Like it's here, but I think if I interact with it, it doesn't. So it does still, this does seem to work. So I wonder if it didn't ruin the old one. which does any of this tell me? No, it doesn't do anything I'm after. Okay.
Wiggles Nozu. Food. Can I have some carrots? Or maybe a
Once I
nice,
get
crunchy lettuce
back to
leaf?
figuring out how
Hops around
I
excitedly.
messed with the entity size prior. Guess I could always look back at my previous stream and try to find it that way. Let's search data entity. Or did I just look under data? Command data. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. So we have data modify. So let's go ahead and look at this real quick. So we're going to say data modify. We want to go to entity, and then we need this thing, which I don't want to modify every entity, so I do need to get this thing. I need data, get entity. I need this here. So if I grab that, and I go back to this and change it to modify. So I'm trying to modify specifically this entity. So after that, okay, block target, entity target, storage target, so target path. Okay, and I can append from something. Apparently, what does it even mean? Append the source data and direct value onto the end of the pointed list. What do I have for set? Set a tag specific. Okay. I can remove NBT data. Prepend is the source data or direct data value onto the beginning of the pointed to list. To list? So I guess I need to deal with the summon entity thing first. So let's search for summon. So we're gonna try something different. So I do want to go / kill. Oh, I thought I could just get rid of the entity if I was looking at it. There we go. So we're going to be looking at this block. So we want to do, first of all, summon what the entity is. Oops. Okay. Then our next set would be the coordinates if we needed it, right? Position and an MBT. So the position we want is 39, 1, negative 26. Okay, then we want to add NBT data, which we want to go to NBT component tag. I don't know if that's exactly what I'm after. Gotta remember exactly what it is. Because then there's like the curly brackets. So we want curly brackets for sure. So that's currently correct. Then we want to modify the width and the height. If I just do this and do this, and then I do this one, I can just do 1. I do 1.1, and if I do this, and I say Height 1.1. So that definitely did what I was wanting, but I don't think it summoned it in the right spot, because that's the one I want. Okay, there we go. I've never had this, like, feel so intuitive. Okay, so if we did that, but we want the height to be higher, because we want it to cover that. So if we were to go back to this, can we do 2? And we'll put in just like a period so I can save that, and then I can delete this entity. And then we're going to go back to our summon spell and do that. So now you can't see the barrier block or that, which is good. If I right click it, it doesn't do anything because it doesn't have a tag. So now if I were to say data, modify entity, this one, and I wanted to change its tag for instance, I need to do this, and then I say tag, if I say bush. That didn't quite work, so I'm missing something. I guess I could say insert? No. Okay, well how did I just do what I did earlier for the summon command? Okay. And so it's the target path. So if I just say tag, set from entity, this one? Huh. I'm not really sure what this is doing. Does that work? No. Because it's trying to pull it from that. So what I need to do is I want to... Do I need to add a string? Entity, this one. If I say tag. What does that do? It doesn't do it either. Okay, so what I want to figure out then is how do I add a tag specifically to an interaction entity. So let's see. Add tag to interaction entity Minecraft. You just do oh right. I can do slash tag. It's simple. Add. Did I just say bush? Like that. It's that simple. Okay, before I get too carried away, I want to grab this. I'm going to copy this so I have it for later. I'm going to drop it into this command, I guess, directory that I'm building. And then I also want to do, I just did the tag one. So I have that one as well. So I could just say tag add bush. So I'll drop that into my little thing I'm compiling here. Okay. So we have this little, I guess, compilation made, I guess. A compilation. What's the word I'm looking for? I've combined the elements I need to make the thing I'm after. So now what I need is the interaction entity for this, which if I say my data pack, let's list what I have. So I should have my secret amount data pack that's working, yes. Okay. Which I believe is making that interaction entity work over there. Okay. So I guess what I want to do now is I want to figure out how to make specifically a wooden sword, break that and both things in it. Because right now you can walk into this and you can't get past it. But if I make it so that when you use a wooden sword, or I guess not technically a wooden sword, but any set of items that I put in a like allow list, so when you come and whack it, it would delete it. So how do I do that? Let's see. What was the thing I was using previously? It's been a while since I've messed with any of my data pack stuff. I was using Visual Studio Code, that's what it was. Okay. So if I open this up and I look for my thing. Where is that at? Should be in Minecraft, should be in data packs. Oh no, it's gonna be in specific saves. So I gotta go into my saves. Then I go to my, let's make Secret of Mana, let's go to my data packs. Then I have that one. So what do I have currently? I have Minecraft, I got tags, a function. Nothing in it. That feels weird. So I know I have a data pack that's helping me do the interaction entities. Well, that's interesting. So where is... Oh, it's apparently in my... Oh yeah, it should be there. Saves, that one. Data packs. Data pack. Okay, oh, okay, this is all the animated Java stuff that I looked up previously. Okay, I want to see if I can find ones I looked at way back. Okay, the right click one. That's what I'm after. Oh, that... I only have that in my... Okay. Apparently that's not in this world, which I thought it was. I guess because I did everything set up in a... Through command blocks? No, I have to have a thing here. I know I did one. Those are all my trial runner ones, so I need to scroll back further. What do I have? So if I have Secret of Mana one... I have a load function that exists somewhere, apparently. Are all of my stuff really just in that one? Huh. I could have sworn I had one set up differently. This might be better, have a little bit better background for you guys while I'm fiddling with stuff. Could open a folder, which that's not gonna do. Really? I was not expecting this. So if that's the case, then I need to... I definitely need to double check my... My brain can think clearly. So I need to go into my trial runner data pack. Because I need to have similar setups. It's not a... It doesn't like any of those. That's really weird. Okay, I think I need to look at things differently here. I tried to open up specifically the files, and it's not working because they're not the same file type, which I don't recall being a thing, but... Okay, let's see. So go to Minecraft, go to my tags, functions. Okay, so I do have a load JSON. Which is trying to... Okay, so I have only in my Secret of Mana one currently all the stuff that I was trying to fiddle with for the... trying to get the animated models that we did previously. And it wasn't working, so I definitely need to consider something different. So let's let's start by going back to our saves. We're going to go to our trial runner dev world. We want to open up our data pack because we have basically the already like set up functions we need. I just need to recreate a whole new data pack, which is a bit unfortunate because we'll have an advancement for right click respawn. And I should be able to pop this open so you guys can see it. There we go. Yep. Okay. So I need to modify its location a bit. There. So this now it's on the screen. So you can see what I'm fiddling with. Okay. So we need something. It's the same as this one, but we're going to change it so it's doing things like based off a tag that is bush. So where do I start? I guess where I start is I need to actually recreate a new data pack. So first of all, we're going to just do that. So we're going to say new folder. Actually, we don't necessarily need to do it here because we can just go one layer deep and add in our next thing. So into the secret amount one, and we can work through stuff as we need. Though we do definitely want to try to keep things separate. Or maybe I should do separate. Do I do a different data pack for every little thing? I don't know if that's efficient or not. Though it would make it easier to keep everything separate if it's all in the same thing. It's like I have a data pack specifically dedicated to the bush interactions. Or I could have a data pack that's specifically interactions in general. Or I have to just name everything with what they're connected to. So like I could have bush as a piece to the title for everything. All right, let's you know what? I'll start with just the data pack I need right now. So we're gonna say new. We're gonna say just bush interact. So we're gonna call this one interact. Okay. So then we're gonna need both of these. So I'm just gonna copy what I have from my try runner one and put it into the bush one for now. Okay, our pack meta. I'm pretty sure we need to update it, as well as title. So we're gonna say bush, which, oh, did that open a new thing? It did. Okay, can I drop these into this one? Ah, there we go. I think it worked somehow. I'm not sure what I've done. Hold on. I have too many things open right now. Okay, let's shrink that. Let's just text. Okay. Oh, we are showing the right one. Good. So these are the things we're going to need to mess with. So we say bush interact. I think that's how it's spelled. I think I might have spelled the folder wrong. But we'll get back to that in a minute. Interact. Words are wonderful. Interact. Yes, interact. Okay. Interact. Words are so difficult. Okay, I did do it correctly. I am successful at words. Okay. I believe that the pack format is changed, so let's go to data pack. I guess this format should pull up what I need. Pack format, yes. So we're in. This doesn't say it's been updated, right? Okay, hold on. Data pack. It's gonna be 71. So we need to make sure we update this to 71. So this should be correct for this one. Then we're going to be changing this. We need to change the name of this one as well. So let's How do I change the file's name? Do I have to do that through the folder? Okay. I gotta get everything changed to different names now. How do I do that then? I guess what I do is I change things and then I go from there. But so these are all good. Oh, no, I need to make sure that I have everything open. So this one, we're gonna file, save this as, make sure it's going into the right, yes. So we're gonna do it here and replace that one. So that is updated. Next thing we need to do is open everything in data. Though I do need to have the proper renames for things. So I don't want it to be named, I won't be named respawn. I need to have it be, I guess, just bush. So then I open the bush, then I have the advancement in bush, and then I have what's called right click respawn, but I want it to be not right click respawn though. I need left click so when you attack it. So I'm gonna have to change the syntax for it to interact when hit. So I need this to be, instead of right click respawn, I need left, it's probably just left click. If I can type anything properly. Okay. Then we can open that up. So it's going to currently be the same as this one, but we're going to be changing it. So I gotta remember what this is to say left click. So we'll get rid of this and change this to left.
Yawns loudly Z. Oh,
so that should be
hi.
that. So
Blink
Minecraft
sleepily,
player
just resting my
interacts
weary
with
shell.
entity. I don't think
Gotta
it's
stay
interact, I think
energized
it's
for all the
attack.
fun.
So I gotta find
Stretches and
that
hops around
syntax.
playfully.
So interaction. So when we go to our interaction entity, there should be, yes, attack, the last attack. So what's the syntax for attack versus the, I need assistance. Let's see, interaction entity, Minecraft. Attack syntax. Does that bring up for me? Because I know the wording is slightly different. The syntax is slightly different because it's attacking versus right clicking. But I gotta remember where that is or how that is. Guess I can check the Minecraft wiki versus that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay, this sounds better. The fandom is not helping me out here. So I need to change this to... So it's going to be... Instead of player interact with entity, it's going to be player hurt entity. So we need to get rid of this. We need player hurt entity. So that's going to be the left click. Okay. And then we need to be specifically looking for the tag versus this. So I think I can just change this to tag. And I can change it to this to just bush, I think. And then the function I need it to do is going to be a different function altogether. So we need destroy underscore bush, I'm gonna say group. I think that would be a good thing to call it. So we can get rid of this. We can then save this for now. And now we need to go to our folder. And we need to go into our functions. I think the revoke advancement thing is fine, but I need it to be specifically the other one. So I need, what is it? It's under bush. Bush. And then, okay, what was it? Do I have it open? Hold on, wait. So what was it before? It just said respawn, right click respawn. So I want it to be this bush here. And then this would be left click, I think. We'll try that and see. Because this one is the one, yes. And oops. Oh, actually, yeah. So it should be there because it's from bush. Yep, got that. Okay. And then we have the set spawn function, which is the one we need to change to be something different. So I think I do this, and then what I need it to do, I need it to, oh. So I don't want it to do any of those functions. I need it to destroy the interaction entity and everything in the interaction entity. So can I just do kill at entity type? Because what I want to do is if I were to, I wish I could like click this and make it a thing that I can just place anywhere. So if I go like this, let's do our summon thing, but we're just gonna move it to like 42 blocks that way. And I guess we have, okay, but never mind. We have the command to bring it back, but let's try something. So we're gonna say kill entity type interaction entity, but I want it to be with the tag, so I need nbt, or do I just do tag? Yes, tag equal, and I say bush. No entity found. So does this one not? Oh, it's because I didn't summon it with the thing. Interesting. So it no longer has the tag. So I definitely need it to do that, but I need it to do... Oh, though, is it going to do everything of that type? Because that would be a problem. I need it to do specifically the one I'm interacting with. Huh. How do I do that? Because if I go to this thing and say tag, yeah, so tag this, add bush, and then I do another summon, but I put this back, like, back to the 39. And there's two of them, but then I run this command. Oh, wait, I need to resummon another one. So now I do this. Oh, I gotta remember to I have to do this every single time. I wish I could target these easier. Add, push, and I do the same thing for this one. Just remove this. And do this entity. But then if I do this command, it'll kill both of them. So how do I get it to destroy the specific entity I just interacted with? Because I could do an interaction, like I could give it a tag, so I can tell it to tag it as bush, and then destroy bushes. So whenever you hit it, it'll then tag it as a bush, but then it's got to recognize the entity. It's my brain kind of like has the idea in my head of how I should do this, but I don't actually know the proper syntax or actual order of operation to accomplish what I'm after. Oh my gosh. Hmm. What do I do? What do I do? Okay, well, if I summon... Can I summon it with a tag? I should be able to summon with the tag. Can I just do this and say tag equal bush? No, because it needs to be... How do I do the... How do I add a tag when summoning? Let's see. Summon with tag. Because it would be part of its data or something? Or could I do... So I need this, but can I just like put it in another set of brackets? Have like a comma here? No, it doesn't like that. And I can't add anything else at the end, I don't think. What do I do? What is this? Summon entity generator? What does this do? Does this give me any insight on how to do tags? Let's see. Properties. Tag. If I just had push. And then like back at command. So it's, oh, it's like that. So I could do this, and then I need capital. So tags. This, and then I add in the brackets. Ah, okay. And then we do bush. Okay, so we're gonna go grab this. We're gonna drop that into my little command collection. Now if I do this, and I change this back to 39, then I can go like this and say data get entity. I just say tag. We're gonna just do slash tag. List. So there. Okay, so I've now successfully made a command that can summon the thing with the proper tag. Now what I need to do is figure out how to... Okay, where was I at with my other shenanigans here? So what I need to look at now, I don't need that function. So I guess my next thing I would need to do... Hold on. Alright, I also need to rename this. Go into my folder. This needs to be changed to... What was I named it? Destroy underscore bush underscore group. So that needs to be saved as, okay. So then we're going to say file, save this as this one. Okay. There we go. So I have that. So let's destroy bush group. I need to make sure that this is the right thing here. Destroy bush group. Does it spell the same? DE. STROY GROUPK. Yep, so this is, so far I think this is correct. Because I think I'm going to use command blocks for my setup for respawning, because these bushes need to respawn every so often. So what I'll probably end up doing is setting up some sort of timer thing. So I'm probably going to need scoreboards to keep track of the time, which to, but I'm getting sidetracked. I don't currently want to deal with that. I need to deal with the left-clicked interaction. I need this to be, I need the sword to break the entity, the barrier block, and the bush. So all three of these things need to be destroyed upon left-click on the entity. Okay, so then what I need to figure out is, first of all, can I just look at this for commands? Can I do it for summon a mob? What if I do like kill command? I'm curious. So I can have it target a specific thing with a tag. Okay. Do a distance. Okay, let's see. Can I destroy all blocks in interaction entity? Is that a thing? To destroy all blocks within the interaction radius of an entity in Minecraft, you can use the execute command with an at and if subcommands. Okay. So let's try to figure this out. So if I say I can execute, and I can say at, I could say this entity specifically, and then I need to run if, I guess. Oh, interesting. So let's see. So use that interaction entity limit 1 plus 1. Okay, I could. Oh yeah, the limit. I figured that's an option too. So if I say execute as at entity, and I can say type interaction entity, and then I should be able to also say nbt, or actually tag bush. So then what I need to do, and I shall also want limit 1. Limit equal 1. Oh, I did that. I didn't like that. Oh, why is it not allowing the limit 1? Because I have the tag first? If I say limit 1, it's also not green. So it doesn't like the limit? Or am I just a fool and not spelling things properly? Or it's actually not. It's just, it doesn't turn green. Okay. So then I want to say at this one, and I'm going to run, and then I need to tell it to okay. Limit 1 prevents unintended behavior if multiple entities are present. Okay, cool. Limit 1 is going to be what we need. So now what I need to do, use the execute if block, blah, 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 block ID to check the specific blocks you want to destroy. You can use relative coordinates to define the area relative to the entity's position. Okay, so then I need to do execute if block. Oh, can I say if blocks? What does that give me? Relative to its position. And I could say all. What does that do? Test past count 1. Do you have the, you should have the tag. Okay, so what did this command thing not do? Type interaction entity limit at as run execute if blocked. Oh, then I need break. Okay, all. So there's all and then say break. Oh no, maybe not. To check the specific blocks you want to destroy, you can also use relative coordinate. Okay, then I need to use /break, which is interesting. I don't know if that would work. So I don't want all of it. So how do I get? I just need to do like run. I can't add another one, so I can't like 3-stack this like I'm trying to do. Or it is working, but it's... No, actually no, it's not doing anything. So saying execute at this thing as run execute if blocks all, and then there's nothing after that? Nothing can go after all. So do I need to do something to try to get another dialogue in there? Confused. Oh, it's because I did run add. I need to do... Oh. Hold on. I need at. So at this thing, run if blocks all. Okay. Then I can say run? No? It doesn't like the extra added in there though. That's weird. Run, execute, if blocks. Okay, what do I say if block? Relative position. Bush. Run. Break? No. I guess I could technically fill it with air. Because there's not actually a break option, I don't think. What if I just do fill? Fill, relative coordinates, air? Okay, so that worked. Interaction entity is still there technically. But I also need it to get rid of that. So if I did this, but then I said x, y, x, y on a 1. It doesn't get that. Oh, but the bush is no longer there. So I need to put the bush back in that. Didn't quite work. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to just kill this entity. Put this back, and then do my summon again. Which I should just have here. That replaces it. Then if I go back to my... this one. Aha! That worked! That's amazing. Okay, we're gonna copy that. That's going into our thing. Okay, cool. Well, that's awesome. So then we just needed to destroy the entity. Oh, actually, I do also want to test something. If I have a bush... Let's get rid of this real quick. Let's try putting in multiples here and see if it does... I want to make sure it doesn't delete multiple things. Go back to our summon. We'll go back to this. Okay. Ah, perfect. So it works, and it's getting only the specific one. Yes. Oh my gosh. That's awesome that that worked. So now I just need to get this into... Oh, then I need to get rid of the entity specifically. So how do I specifically
Peeks out from my shell bup.
kill a
Clumsy
non-discrete entity?
Refiath
I
here.
guess. Alright, can I
We're
just
all
do
doing
the
great, thanks for
kill
asking.
at entity...
Waves tiny paws.
Tag bush, and I do that. Oh, alright, because I didn't resummon it with the bush. Hold on a minute. I might not quite be where I thought I was. Hold on, hold on. Because if I have this here, and then I resummon the entity, and then I summon another one at 40, and then I run this other command, it only did the one. Oh, and now it's... Oh, it's not doing it multiple times. Because it's supposed to be doing it... An interaction entity with the bush tag. Okay, well this should have the tag. Has the bush tag. So why is it not doing this again? Well, that's weird. It works in one spot but not the other? Okay, well if I get rid of this, I can type properly. And then I run the command, this one again. Okay, so that one works. Interesting. So the entity has to be gone. Very interesting. Okay. That's not what I wanted. Hey, this is spawn point apparently. I don't want that to be the spawn. I want... Well, for now, I want this to be the spawn. So world spawn. Okay. Did not mean to die. Okay. And have things fly everywhere. Okay. We're making some progress towards what we're after. We do have the correct command to summon our bush group, technically. Because all we gotta do is simply add in a fill command for the bush and the barrier directly above. So I probably need another indicator spot of that. Interesting. Let's see. Huh. Okay, well, let's try that again. We were attempting to... This entity. There we go. So interaction entities are gone. Let's replace these. And then we'll do this again. We'll summon that one. And the one with 39. And then this spot, which is negative 25. Okay, and we'll do another one where this would be 40. So we got our like group there. I guess what we're going to want to do is have a wall here. So the idea is if you walk up to this, obviously if you don't have your hitboxes on, you can't walk through it, you can't break it, you can't break any of these. Even in creative I can't break it because the interaction entity is what I'm interacting with. Okay. I like that. Question is... I don't think pistons can move barrier blocks, right? Just, I assume no, but I just want to check. No, I didn't think it would be able to. what happens if I do a move block option? So if I have a bush here, and I say, and I say this thing. If I want to say data modify block, so I can modify it, can I move it to a different location? Huh. So I want to test something. If I can get another barrier down there, because there's technically a case of which the player could get in the crawl mode. So like, for example, you have a trap door. And I do this, then I could technically crawl through the space. So I might need to do something about that. And it'd be nice if I could give this a hitbox that the player could run into, or if I could layer an invisible block over the bush. But we'll get back to that, because that could be a secondary thing. For now, we just want to get to the point where our sword can break this combo of the three things. So I need to be able to break these. Okay. Because I know I can also do a thing where like a sword can specifically break something. That was like that, adding a predicate of can break. So like if I say, give me wooden sword, let me do a bracket thing. Can break, I guess. Break. And then I have to have like specifically the things that it can break. Oh no, it's an equal sign. Okay. It's like not filling that in though, which is interesting. Do I need to have a different syntax because of the version I'm on? That also doesn't work. Oh, because I have to do it here. Ooh, okay. So can break. Okay, there we go. And then in the can break, I need to do this, but I need to put specifically what it can break. And then I also need to close brackets. That's now currently accurate. Now I need to figure out what I want it to be. So if I say blocks, and then I do this, and then I say bush, does that work? But that works. So, and then I say, oh, I can just do that. Because then in there it says that it can break a bush. So now if I'm in adventure mode, I try it with this sword, I can't do it, but this one can, because look, I can target it. That's so cool. I love that. That's such a cool little like feature. Alright, I'm in adventure mode, I can't modify things now. Because I do intend to have this map in adventure mode, so I can, for one, take advantage of that, and two, make it so that you're not griefing the world while you're playing it. And I want to lock you into adventure mode, and not allow you to change. Okay. So I need my left click interaction to break that. So what happens if I just simply go to this and make a thing where it's just I guess kill. I need this function probably. What if I just do that? Kill entity tag bush. So I said at e brackets tag equal bush. Okay, let's just, I guess, test to see if this stuff will do anything now. I need to double check everything's named properly. I think so. I need to double check my folders. I don't think I have any other things within this data pack, so I need to now... We're just gonna chop it out and put it right into our... Let's take Circuit of Mana World, we'll drop that in. We'll paste that in. It's not letting me because I have it open. So if I close all this down, will you allow me to do it then? Yes, okay. So now I need to just do a reload. And I should be able to do data pack list, and I should see bush interaction. Okay. Now what happens when I whack this? Nothing is happening. So there's something that's not working correctly. So let's open up this thing. Pack meta, it's 71 like it should be. Okay. Oh, do that. Okay, good. It's still opening things properly. So I go to bush, I go to advancement, left click. So the criteria is left click, which is this thing, which I think is what I had previously. So I guess we should double check our trial runner one. So it goes data pack, respawn, advancements, right click. And the criteria is that the trigger is when you whack it. I don't know if the entity tag function is working correctly. Because that would be what I would think it would do. I think it's supposed to run the respawn set spawn, which is in respawn. And then it's called set spawn. So it'd be that function. Okay. So what it should be... Oh, hold on. That's what I'm missing. I'm missing the initial part here. So I need whatever the namespace is. That wasn't not respawn. What's the namespace for this one? It just the bush interact. Yeah. So data, or it just bush. I think it might just be bush. So let's go back to this. We'll add bush. We'll save it. We'll then /reload. Now let's see if this does anything. Still nothing. Well, let's see. What do we have for our functions? I got tons of the animated Java stuff because I have that currently in here, but I should probably hide
Wiggles
that. So
and
I don't have
Tenny
to
excitedly.
farmer
Ooh,
stands,
hungry?
Yep.
I could go for some
Okay.
delicious lettuce leaves or maybe a yummy
Oops.
carrot. Hops around
Let's
food
see what
time.
we got over here. There we go. Oh, well. So the command worked, but it did exactly what I was expecting it to do, which was break everything of that instance. Which is a problem. That is not what I need that to do. So we can get rid of you. We can reopen this one. So we need to kill the specific one though that just got interacted with. So how do I do that? Do I do this like this? At entity? No idea if that'll work. Let's go back through our summon commands here. We'll put multiples back in there. I got that. These are good enough. I saved the thing. Let's do a reload. And if I do the function, I'm pretty sure that it will... That's not what I wanted. Whoops! Function... Oh no! Do I have an install option? I don't want to uninstall it. Oh, I screwed up. Whoops. What did I say? Enable. Hopefully that's fine. um, functions. I just type bush. Oh, right. It's not even popping up anymore. So that was the issue then. Okay, so I have improper syntax because I can no longer find the function. So I know in that instance that it's messed up. What did I do to get rid of a specific one? Because I thought I did something that was related to destroying specific entities. Is it because I have to do a limit of 1? Oh, no. Maybe that's what I need to do, is do just limit 1. Can I do a limit 1? Let's try that. So I say slash kill entity tag bush, and then I say limit equal 1, and then close the bracket. No. Oh, and it would help if I do the right things. Okay, so maybe that's what I need. So let's try that. So then we'll go comma limit 1. And then we'll equals 1. Okay, so we can save that. Then go back to here. Can reload. Then if we say function, we go backwards, we should have yes to that. Okay, but then we can go back to our summon. So let's go ahead and summon these back in. And then we'll do our function again. Aha! So that destroys one, but question is, if that's going to just target a random one or the one I'm directly interacting with, which it should do it when I do my interaction. I do actually need to double check what my revoke advancement. Yeah, that is correct. Okay. Is that all I needed for this? There's not like an additional thing in there, is there? Huh. Yep. Advancement. So it does that. Interesting, interesting. So it's not doing the interaction correctly because, oh, do I need to do tags versus tag? It might be tags with an S. Okay. Oh, didn't want to break that. So let's resummon our guys. We're gonna slash reload. Now what happens if I punch this? It worked! And I can punch this one and it worked! Oh my gosh. Okay. Now if I summon an interaction entity and just put it there, can I punch this one? I can't punch that one. Okay, that's amazing. I'm so happy that worked. It's so freaking cool. Okay, so now I just need to literally run this other function, I'm pretty sure. So what happens if I grab that, this one here that I did, if I go like this and go Control C and I go to back into here and I put this here and I hit save and then I reload and then I resummon this guy. Oh my freaking gosh, it worked. That's so freaking cool. Oh my gosh. I was not expecting myself to figure that out. I really was not expecting that. I need to clip this because that's entertaining. I don't know if the 30-second clip worked correctly, but I did a thing. I don't know. We'll find out if it actually worked. Do I have to click the clip thing? I don't know. I've never messed with this stuff before. Sure. I have a clip. I did a thing. There we go. There, I'm saving the clip. Okay. Well, let it publish the clip real quick. Yay, we did a thing. Cool. Alright. So entertaining. Okay, that's so cool. Alright, now I need to literally just set up command blocks to summon the thing, right? So if I get a command block then, I need you. If I place you here, and I want to do, wait, I want to do 2 sets. Okay, so we're gonna go like this, we're gonna go like that. We're gonna need 2 command blocks. Because what I want this to do is basically, I want this command block to do fill, and I need the coordinates of here. Actually, I need, come on, 41 and negative 18. Okay, so if I have fill 41, oh yeah, there we go. And I want to say, and I just say bush, and I hit done. And if I get a button, well, that's not exactly what I wanted to do. I need this coordinate. Oh, because I need to do, that's why. So fill 41, negative 18, 41, or 1, negative 18. And I say bush. Oops, not caps locked. Bush. Then when I power that, I'll turn that into a bush. Okay. Then I also want this one to say fill 42, negative 18, 42, negative 18 barrier. So now if I do this, it puts in the 2 things I need. And then the last thing I need to do is summon the interaction entity on top of it. So we're going to then put another one here, and then we have our summon interaction entity. So I should be able to get this guy, yes. And we just need to do the coordinates of, it should be 40, 1, and a negative 18. So we'll grab that. We're going to put that in here. We'll get rid of the parenthesis thing because we don't need it. And done. Now if I put a button here, will it summon up? It does, and then I can wag it. Oh my freaking gosh. This is so freaking cool. Oh wow, okay, cool. So that's basically the setup I need, is this whole thing. Underneath everywhere I need a bush. And I just realized something. Whenever I'm doing my commands, little pet guy is kind of in the way of the commands. So I probably should position him in a different spot. Let's go ahead and move him. Little pandu guy, we're gonna put you over here. I think I can get away with putting you kind of like there. Think I'll be okay. Does he yap? I think he was yapping right when I moved him, huh?
Oh, sorry.
You're yapping about me
I was
moving
just
you,
resting my
little
big
guy.
eyes.
You
Gotta
did.
keep
What
them
did he
peeled
say?
for treats and pets.
I can't read
Wiggles
the last
tail.
screen. It's so freaking tiny. You need to make him bigger? Huh? Oh, something. Oh, he's probably just... Oh. Oh, sorry. I was just resting my eyes a bit. He's sleepy. Okay. It's fun to have a little pet guy here. Alright, I believe what I want to do... Oh, I just realized another thing I have is kind of slightly off here. You. My music thing. You. Yeah, that's not too big a deal. I'll worry about that later. Okay, well, we've accomplished a thing, which is pretty awesome. So now I simply just need to grab these blocks, I guess. So we're going to get rid of all of this. Oh, wait, I just realized something too. What I need to do with my interaction entity, I also need it to be... Wait, can I do... Hold on. So if I say give me a wooden sword with this can break, and then I want to say... okay, let's close it out first. Let's make sure we get the proper syntax in this. So break equal, what was it? Minecraft? Or no, blocks. I say entity? Oh, I don't think I want to do can break. I want to do something like can attack. Let's see. I guess damage? Entity data, food, glider, instrument, item name, jukebox, lock, max shrooms. Okay. Is it damage? I wonder if it's just... No. Because damage doesn't work. I can make it unbreakable, which is cool. Weapon. Okay, maybe I can do a can break, but it says a different thing. Hold on. Huh. What does damage equal? Okay. Let's go to this thing. Let's say damage equal. Let's see if that'll pull up. It's a damage command. No, that's okay. So that's simply just doing damage, right? So I could like give it extra damage. So I need to do something with interacting with the entities then. Let's just try can break, and then let's say I had an option of interaction entity? I don't know. I needed to be able to specifically hit only certain entities. Can I do that? Make a wooden sword able to hit interaction entity. Oh, wait. I have to do that. I have to make it so that if you're holding the wooden sword, right? So on target, if data is a selected thing. Okay, so if it's a wooden sword. So I need to be able to do that bit. Okay, so execute as okay, on target, if the data entity selected item is a Minecraft wooden sword, then run the command. So in my data pack, I want it to only do this stuff if I'm holding... Okay, so I have to do execute this thing. Add entity interaction type, bush limit, run, add run. If execute, if blocks for that. Can I add an additional if to that? Let's try to grab that and see if I can add anything else to it. Need to fiddle with it more here. Where are you hiding, command? Yes, this one. Destroy, hollow, keep, outline, replace, restrict. I don't want to do any of that, so can I get another run if in there? It's gonna say run? No. Okay, so I know what I want it to do. But can I have it do additional things while it's doing additional things? Can I add anything here? So execute if items, or actually not if item, if let's see, can you do selected item? So if data entity at s selected item, which is all caps, selected, if I can type, selected item, and then I can do the curly brackets, and then I just say run. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, like that. Okay, cool. Selected item. Perfect. So then in there I need to say ID wooden sword. Do I need to have the specific syntax, right? Okay, Minecraft and then wooden sword. And then close the bracket. Oh no, it needs to be this. I need this to go after Minecraft right here. So that should be a command. So if the selected item. So what if I were to go back? So let's grab you real quick and make sure I just have you available. Okay, so if I resummon this there, and then I redo, then I do this command. That's not doing anything right now. Interesting. Because that does that. It doesn't say it's an invalid thing, so... Oh, underscore wooden sword. So it's not currently doing anything, which is not a good sign. I don't know if S is the correct thing. So execute if data entity at... So it's current entity, random, nearest player, nearest entity. What if I just try that? No. Such a
Wiggles
long
antennae
text
excitedly
thing here.
higher
Did I
everybody's.
spell sword right?
It's me,
Yeah.
Clumsy Rethieth the Bunny Turtle. I'm so happy to see all your
Minecraft
friendly
wooden
faces.
sword. That is all the
Beans.
proper syntax there, and it says ID, and it's selected item. It's capital I. Yep. Okay. Oh, okay. On target. Instead of as. What do I say? That on target as this one? Oh. That doesn't work, so I don't know. Oh, goodness. So what's this one there? So you do execute as entity with the tag this. If the data entity as interaction on target, if item entity means and sword. Oh, weapon main hand. Oh, So let's try changing this up a little bit. Let's go back to what we had. So this is what we had previously. So let's get rid of all that. So that's what I had previously, right? That was the one that worked? Or is it not the one that worked? It's not working now. Well, what's the one we had in here? Execute as, yep, add entity at S. So that should be correct. Oh, because there's no bush, right? Yeah, because there's no bush there right now. That's why. Because it needs the bush to be there. Now if I run it, it works. Okay. So I just need to now only do the thing if there's a wooden sword in hand. Which I should be able to do. Something similar to what I have over here. Because I believe this executes if the entity has interaction. So execute as type interaction, entity interaction tag equals a vendor cannon. Run execute if entity at player run clear. Tells the player to summon winter. Okay, yep. Actually, I do want to know if this still works. Did it actually summon my wind charges like I wanted it to? No, it didn't. Oh, I have to have an emerald. So if I do this and I right click it, it didn't take the emerald out because I'm in creative, I assume? Let's double check this is still working. Oh, they've messed it up. Curse. Jesus. Why is it not working now? The wind charge thing doesn't stack properly anymore. Okay, I guess what I'd have to do is redesign this. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, cannon redesign. So let's grab a sign. Needs function 3D redesign. Wait, where's this? Why do I have a skulk sensor? Wait, what? Oh, it's this one. I'm like, why do I have a skull sensor doing things? It's because that's this hat. I guess I should also fix this interaction entity to cover the skulk sensor so it doesn't get broken. Because you can just punch that. So actually, wait, hold on. If I'm an adventurer, I cannot break that. Okay. Question is, what can a sword break? Can I break any of these things? Like normally? I'm gonna have to consider that too. Like what can stuff normally break that it doesn't usually do? Okay. Anyways, I got distracted by that. Because that didn't really give me the context I was looking for, so I gotta figure this out on my own here. So I just need to do it. If you have wooden sword in hand, this is the only time it runs this function. Which I've done with the emerald thing. So I need to do if main hand. So I need to add an if main hand to this dialogue. So let's look at this example that they had. So execute as... So I need to add an additional one here. So I need to say execute. We just do it if. And then we need data, entity. And then it wants to be, I guess, the one it's interacting. Then I need to figure out... Oh no, hold on. I think I need to do something different. So if... Alright, if data entity... Or if item? If items entity at S is main hand, weapon main hand. And then I put in what it is, so the Minecraft wooden sword. Wooden sword, then do this. Okay. Alright, I also need the bush back. So let's go back to our fill command we did previously. This one. Oh, why is it doing that? Weird. So I say 39. I should be able to put this back in there. And then I should be able to do this. So that doesn't work because it's doing it at S, I guess? Because I was trying to look for the player. So I guess I need this to be nearest player? No. So how do I do this correctly? I guess I could do it at all players. So if any player has it in their hand, it could work, but that doesn't seem to work. I think I'm in the right direction, I'm just not doing the proper execution. So what if I grab all of this and just copy it, and then open a thing and just do that? What happens if I do this? Because I have the chat stuff that can, like the AIs that can Google search that can figure it out for me, right? Right. So let's see. So execute. Okay. This Minecraft command checks if a player is holding a wooden sword and interacts with a specific tagged entity bush, and if so, it replaces the interaction with a bush block with air. It first uses that. Okay. Yep. Okay. So if I'm breaking it down, does it actually work properly though? Is the question. The AI search function seems to say that I have it done correctly, so select all players and check if they have a wooden sword in hand. Well, I think I still want to do nearest player. So select the nearest player and check if they have a wooden sword in their main hand. Yep. And in the next part, this selects the interaction entity tag bush and executes the command as that entity at the player's location. Okay, I don't need to do it at the player's location. But I do need to check if the player has the sword. That's what at S is doing here. Right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, okay, that's the problem. Nearest entity. Let's try that. That's not working either. So I should do the nearest entity's location, and then this tag is if the... Okay, so this is the... I think that's the part I need to figure out here. Because this is supposed to be doing the nearest entity. Which maybe that's not what I wanted to do. Maybe I needed to do the nearest... Yeah, and then I say... type... interaction. Oops. Oh, okay. So this is what I need. So if I copy that, I go to my data pack, and I tell it to do... Okay, then I basically replace this whole thing with this, which is a really big long text. But if we do that, we get rid of our extra bracket because we don't need that. So if I do that, and then what I could do to try to make it more readable, I think what I'll do to make it more readable is do this. Just tab it over so I can see like all the interactions that way. There. I like that. So now if I save that, and then I do that, and then I say reload, I can't break these at all. If I have a sword, it doesn't break them either. Oh. Did I actually break it? Break it? So if there's a sword, it does the thing, which it should be doing now. So what if I... Let's just do this. Oh. Go here. Oh, wait, hold on. Once I say bush, I can put it on. No. That's not how you do that. You do it like this, though. 1 and 1. Then it works. Okay, so now if I try to punch this, what does this do? Nothing. I have a sword in my hand. It also doesn't work. Ooey. But the command worked. Yeah, see, the command did it. So why did the command do it? Because it's exactly the same, yes? So I have add specifically an interaction. Is it my orders wrong? No. Because it functions in the game. So is it just having trouble finding the nearest player? Oh, what if I just do... I guess I could do all players. So if I do all players, just to check. And then I do reload. Then I can do the fill command. Still doesn't work. Huh. Because what this command does is it's going to... Okay, can I do it with all players? Does that work? That also works, but it's also not doing it how I want to. Well, I don't think this is the right... Well, this is the right direction. It's just not the right syntax. I just try to find the nearest player to where is the problem, I think, is part of what's happening. So if I grab this, do that, and then I put that into here, and I hit enter, what does this say? Alright, so this is checking if a player is holding a wooden sword in their main hand. If so, it checks for a specific entity tagged bush. Okay. If found, it uses the execute command to perform the actions at the location of another interaction entity. Specifically, it checks if the block at the location of the interaction entity is a bush. If it is, the command replaces the bush with that. Yeah, so that's checks the nearest player if they're holding wooden sword. But nearest player to what, I think, is the issue. I can't identify the nearest player because the command in game can figure it out because it knows the command's coming from me specifically. So do I need to say run at, maybe? What if I say run at? So if item... I don't say as, I say at. Then I hit save. And then I'll reload it. And then I'll refill in the bush. So that doesn't work. Let's check the command. What if I say, what if I change that? So I changed this to at. That still works in game. What am I missing here? What is the difference? I think it is what I was saying, where I can't identify the nearest player. It also can't identify all players either? That feels weird. But I definitely don't want it to be all players because I don't want something to be able, someone to be able to just not hold the sword while the other person is, and they can just smack it and it breaks. So I need to somehow specifically know what player interacted with it. So do I need to do at, if I say at S is what kind of, did I summon boat? I just say, nope, I can't do that. Hold on, I need to do something. How did I do the things? Right, let's check here. So when it's at E, I can do, so current entity, random player, nearest player. Oh wait, nearest player. Oh, that's why I'm being silly. That's what's wrong with me. I need to do it at nearest player. And then say as. Let's try that. So save that. We're going to reload. Then we're going to refill back in the bushes. Still not working. So I need to go back to this command. I say P. Okay, let's see. Let's fill that in. So if I'm not holding the sword, I can run the command and it doesn't work. So it does. This is working. I just got to figure out how to get it into the data pack format so that it can register where it's happening. Because it doesn't. That's the problem. Data pack doesn't know where this is supposed to happen. But it's saying near the nearest player. Nearest player to what? So do I need a... To execute if item entity nearest player's weapon main hand is a wooden sword. As interaction entity with the bush command. Because I know this works if I'm holding a sword. So how do I get it to figure out the entity that was interacted with? Do I need to do at... What was it again? Current entity at S. What if I change these to at S? I don't think that'll work because I think the syntax is going to be wrong. I guess I can test it by doing it here. So if I say at S and do it here as well. I can't do it there, but I can do it there. So what if I do that? I hold the wooden sword and then I do the command. So that still works. So do I do this and then save it and then try reloading it again? And then respawn the bush? It still doesn't work. Oh, what do I need to do though? And then also I don't want it to kill all of the bushes. Because it should be doing a limit of 1, but it's doing both. Is technically an issue right now. I'm so close. I'm so close. I just gotta get that prerequisite of the sword. Oh, wait, what? It can break bush, but it's not breaking a bush. Weird. They have to be in adventure mode for that? That's wacky. Okay. Yay! Huh. Much, huh? Oh, the barrier block's not there either. It's fine though, because I don't need the barrier block there currently. I'm like a sliver away from getting what I actually wanted to do. But I could go with just letting you punch it with, but no, it
Wiggles
has to
antennae
be the sword
excitedly
breaking
QI
it. Has to
EV1.
be.
Clumsy Rethieth here,
Huh.
the bunny turtle of the stream. Hops around happily, so glad to meet you all. We.
Oh, we still got the old name from the previous name. That's kind of funny. Oh, sure. Not sure how he's doing that though, because you don't have a name currently. You silly little pet. Okay. What is it that I need to change? Let's see. Let's try something. If I go to... So, yes, go to... Not the image generator. I need just regular ChatGPT. Alright, right here. Okay, so if I were to paste this command in, what is it going to tell me? Okay. Add entity to tech push. I don't think this command it's giving me is technically possible, but let's try it. It's all white because it's not currently in command form because I don't have the bracket or the /e thing. Oh, it's functional. So, okay, that's not doing anything. What if I do this? That still doesn't work. It doesn't even do anything at all because it's confused. I have no idea. So execution as @n runs as each nearest player, assuming is valid, or you did, or did you mean @e for entities for @player? Okay. If entity is selected, checks if the entity is holding a wooden sword. Executes following location of the nearest entity tagged bush. Okay. Check the selector. There's no default @n. Maybe you meant @e. @a. Curious. Because this is doing an @entity type, specifically interaction with the tag. So what if I do @e on this one? Still doesn't do it. New. Well, that doesn't work. Data, and data. Okay, when an entity is holding one sword in nearest interaction entity. Okay, the code it wants me to do. Bush remover. Okay, so execute as @a nbt equals select data item wooden sword. Okay. So let's just test out this code it gave me and find out. Oops. So it does seem to be a full functioning thing at the very least. Okay, what happens if I activate it? It's not doing it, which is weird. It's so weird. Okay, let's just try copying it and test it in our data pack and see what happens. Just for the sake of it. And let's try reloading it. Okay, now if I do it, nothing. A whole bunch of nothing.
Welcome, Brevet.
Because there's got to be some
Wiggles ears and
syntax
bobs
wrong
head
with
happily.
this. Okay. Well, we're literally one step away from getting this functioning. I just gotta get it to recognize the, River, hello! You're actually just the person I'd like to see. I don't know if you know this, but, so let me back it up here just a little bit. We're gonna put it back to where I had it, where it's working how I wanted to. I believe this was what I needed. Okay. Yeah, so we'll save it in this function for now. How you doing, Brevard? Hope you're doing well. So if I've done this correctly, I should be able to go back to this where I can break this thing. Oh, I can't break it anymore. What happened? I saved it back to how I had it. I'm so confused. It was just working. So you're doing well. That's good to hear. I'm doing pretty good. I got this. It was functioning. I even clipped it where it actually functioned. But now it's not functioning. So I was super excited I got it working. Now I'm super confused why it's not working. So confused. So confused. It's 9 p.m., but I'm considering making a pot of coffee. Coffee is pretty good, but I guess if you have nothing planned for tomorrow. I don't know. I know some people caffeine doesn't affect them like that. Okay, do you not have a tag? Is that what's going on? You have the tag. Super confused why you don't work now. So confused. I just have to clean, so I'm okay too. I've been staying up way too late throughout this week. Maybe you should sleep early. You can recoup. Glad to function. Literally was functioning, literally no longer functioning. It's so weird. What did it do? What did it do? So I had it before I'd punched this and it worked. And it would delete everything on the inside and then it would remove the entity. Which is what it's supposed to be doing here. Tag bush, limit 1 at s run execute. So weird. Okay, let's grab this here. We'll try it in game and see if it functions. Why did it function there? Do I need to reload? Did I not reload properly? No, weird. Super weird. Data pack? Why you know? Is it this location that it's in? No, it's in the right location. This is such a common thing in data packs, yeah, like where like it works and then it doesn't work. Function works, but the trigger doesn't. Yeah. But like I literally clipped it working like half hour ago. I'm so confused. Well, this is fun though. I can do this. Wait, what? This one's not working now? Why aren't you working now? You're supposed to work. I swear this worked earlier too. What is going on? Okay, we're gonna do this real quick. Reload the world and see if it works. Because this was supposed to summon multiple things. Get rid of that thing. So I did it before and it was supposed to... Okay. Is that what it was? It just had the power in the right spot? Yeah, it just had power in the right spot. Anyways. I usually find it's a selector or a subcommand in execute. Yeah, like the at specific player or at entity or whatever it is. Which is weird because this is what I had previously. If I could undo something. Yeah, this is what I had previously. It was this and it worked. So let's make sure it's saved. File save as, just to make sure that's correct. Replace it. Now if I do reload, what in the world? Why? You worked before, now you don't want to work. That is just weird. Okay. Okay. Get rid of both of those. Okay, those are gone. And then that's gone, that's gone. Okay. For example, when I'm doing biome-dependent villagers for custom biomes, it was an @s, but not... Oh, as @s, not as s. So it was executing as the villager, but running the command from world spawn. So all the villagers in the world were dependent on whatever biome was at spawn. Okay. Because I have it as... So currently it's executing as, so that means it's as this entity that has specifically the tag, if I understand correctly. And then at the entity that has this tag, it should do this. So at this spot, if there is a bush, run the fill command. Which, it's so weird. I know it did it before. What's going on? So where is my command that worked before then? Before I started messing with the wooden sword thing. And it's also like cutting off part of the command weirdly. Okay. This one? Okay, so this is the one that was working. Which is as E, yep, and then at S. Okay, now it's not working. I swear this worked before. Because I literally copied it in here. So I had it available so I could replace it in. What? I don't get it. Am I not close enough to it? No. This has the tag. So it can find the tag. What? So execute as... If I did at, that doesn't do it either. So I put this back to as, and if I just put this back to at E, what does that do? So now that works. So at E works, but the at S doesn't work anymore, but it worked before? I'm so confused. Okay, so if I have my fill command, put the bushes back, and then I say reload. Reload's not working. That's so weird. Something is now off. I have no idea what. And it was working. That's been at S. And this one. So weird. Okay. If I do this, then it worked. But I had to do the at S specifically, I think, because I wanted it to do just the one that I've interacted with. That was the whole point of doing at specifically this one. Does at n work? So Let's do it. Refill stuff in. So like doing at n for execute. This one maybe? Like this part? Nearest player? I can try it there. Let's see. No, it just doesn't want to acknowledge that I'm interacting with it anymore, which is so weird. What in the world happened? So if I were to go to my clip, because I made a clip of it, so I have it. I can't zoom it in because it's too tiny. I can pop it out of the screen. Can I get to the point where I can zoom in? Oh, that's not working. So I had it at E and at S, yes. So like I had exactly that same. So weird. Huh. I'm so confused. Do I have to restart the game or something? Is that why it's bugging out on me? I don't really get it anymore. Let me see. What if I say, let's kill off the interaction and see, make sure there's not like a double one there. Yeah, they're not there, so. Okay, then we go back to our summon command.
Wiggles nose and waves paws clumsy Rethieth here. Bunnies and
Because I want
turtles
to
are doing great.
summon,
Thanks for asking.
Like,
Hops in a circle playfully.
I remember to do this. Yeah, so this is the one. This is how I summon it. It should be like that. Okay. So then you have the tag, but I can't punch it. I'm so confused. So let's save that again. Let's try this again. Reload. Okay, we'll remove this thing again. I'm gonna try resummoning it with a fresh one. I can't interact with it. So I didn't change anything else. All I did was change this. And then I reverted it back to what functioned. If you grab the data from it, is it registering that you hit it? Data. Oops. Get entity. Attack player. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it looks like it. And if I hit it again, I'm gonna do the same thing. Yeah, so it is registering. I'm hitting it. I just like something broke between me fiddling with it and then putting it back to what it was. So I'm just gonna try pulling the command I know works and put it back into the data pack space. So we're going to replace this with this, which should be exactly the same thing as far as I understand. Then you have an advancement detect that you hit it. Yep, that's how it's set up. Okay, then we go back to the fill command. Where are we at hiding? Garrett. Because, like, I haven't changed anything else other than that. Because, like, so advancement, so it's supposed to revoke it. Left click, it's supposed to do this. Yeah, like, I have no idea. Literally the only thing I started doing is trying to add in detecting with the player's holding a wooden sword. Maybe if you put like a temporary tell raw command so you can see where it's filling, yeah. If I say tell raw, let me say hi, and then after that one, tell raw, I guess I could just do numbers, right? Click a 1 and a 2, tell raw 3, and I could put one at the end or something. I think you gotta do like tell raw at S, okay. Four, let's see. Let's just say at S. Or probably at A might be all players. Let's try putting in that in each section to see what that does. Like that. Let's see what that does. And I do need parentheses, right, for the text? Yeah. I remember to do that. And this will show me if all 4 numbers pop up, whether or not it's successful. What it's actually doing. If I do that and I click this, it's not even doing anything now. It's so weird. Huh. So is the function is the reward of the advancement? Yeah. So destroy bush group, and it's under bush. That's where it's saved at. So bush, advancement. Yeah. So it's bush, advancement, left click, which is this one. So the function, yep. I'm generally very confused why I suddenly decided this didn't want to function anymore. Because it literally worked like in that clip that I did. So if I say open this in a new tab, let's go to here, let's look at the clip. Yep, entity's there. I punch it and it disappears. I'm glad I clipped it, so there's actually proof that it functioned. What in the world? Why? So it's like not even doing any of these now. Which is so strange. Because, so criteria, left click, trigger, player, hurts an entity. So I hurt the entity that has the tag of bush. Is it because I have a capital here? But that shouldn't matter because it wasn't like that before. So methods are, it has to be either it doesn't like the function file or the advancement isn't even triggering. If you change the function file so it's just tellraw, does it pass? So this one? Or this one? Let's, hold on, let's make sure that's saved. Let's pull this out temporarily and then save. Slash reload. So weird. It doesn't care about this one, doesn't care about this one. Has the tag. Has bush as a tag, so it's the one that it should be picking up. If in game you're forced, give yourself the advancement, does it work? Advancement, grant, Steam, what's it called? Left click. It should pop up there. Oh, right there, push left click. Can I grant the advancement as they already have it? So did it not revoke it properly? So weird. Oh, is it probably because it... Yeah, because it... I see. So that's what happened, is because the syntax broke, but it gave me the advancement, but because my syntax didn't complete, it then locked me out. Okay, sweet. Thank you for the help. I probably would have been running in circles forever going, why doesn't this work? Because look, I can do this. I go over here, press the button, and I punch it. Press the button and I punch it. It functions. Okay. It's because I fiddled with it and screwed everything up. Okay. We don't need you anymore. Don't need you anymore. Or you. Or you. Okay, save that back in there. So... But yeah, so now I know for sure this works, because I can sit here and do this multiple times and it's not breaking because it's functioning fully through. Which is great. I like that. Okay. And it was also working where I could have... So I could have multiple things. So I do this, 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 this. And then I go back to my summoning entity. And I pick all the right coordinates. So I do this one. And then I do 40. And then I do 40 with negative 26, I think it is. Yes, and then 39 with 26. Should be able to come over here. Let's get rid of this real quick. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, I've done that already a couple times. Wrong thing. Okay, I need to get rid of the entity. There we go, there. Okay, so now I should be able to just do this and break my way through. Technically you can punch above the bush, but that's not too big a deal. Okay. I do have a fancy wooden sword that's supposed to only break bushes when you're in adventure, but that's actually not going to matter. Okay, can I could do relative, and then I just need to go a certain height above this, right? So if I say relative and then +2. I said do, and then do, and I just did 2 and 2. Does that still function properly? Yes. That's not what I wanted. F3B. There we go. So then I need to do the same thing with this one, but just do relative 3. Yeah, it's awesome. Appreciate it. So I can do the same thing here. Relative, relative, relative. position with a 3 and a 3. And then this one I can do the same, where I just do this, 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 and I think I need to do a 2. Then I can punch it, I can spawn it. No, that was wrong for this one. Is it a relative for 3? Yeah. Not quite 3. It's like 3. Because 4 wouldn't be correct. 4 is too high, so it's 3.5? Weird. 3.5. Okay, interesting. Oh, I didn't do the... It's not doing the barrier block correctly, though. Oh, because I did this wrong. Silly me. Alright, that's correct. Where's my barrier block going? I need my barrier block. Where is it trying to summon the barrier block? Both fill commands were successful. What in the world is it doing now? Because that's 2 and 2. And that's 3 and 3. Yeah, it should be... Why aren't you putting in my barrier block now? Versus. It's functioning. Now it's not functioning. Rude. Can it not? Can a command block not do that? Alright, need to control click this. Grab my button. That worked. 1, 2, 3 blocks above. 1, 2, 3. Ah, okay. That needs to be 4 apparently, because I'm crazy. There we go. I'm no longer done. Okay, so that's the setup I need underneath all my bushes. And then I can have a thing that'll chain through, and at a certain time of day or a certain timer or something, I can respawn the whole thing. My next step, though, is adding the wooden sword must be in player's hand for it to execute this command. Boop. Can I do this multiple? Oh, if I do this multiple times, it puts multiple entities there. Well, you can punch them all away. That's slightly concerning. I guess I should have it kill all entities in that location? No. No, it shouldn't. I shouldn't have it spawning multiples. It should... Though... Oh, I just need to have it check if there's an entity already there, not spawn it, though. So let's try something. If I do my summon command like that, but then I want to do summon this only if. So I need to do like a execute. Oops. If entity. And I'm going to say like the nearest entity, which would be, oh yeah, at n. So if nearest entity, oh no, how do I do that? Because I definitely want to make a safeguard that so that if there is already an entity there, it doesn't summon a new entity. Otherwise, I have this issue of stacking multiple entities up. Because then, like, Because the player can then break this one and then... Oh, it's... Wait, what? Why did it break the one all the way back there? No. Okay, well, that's gonna be a thing. Lagging? Oh, I'm sorry. Lag is no good. Okay, and then I need 26 and 24. Or 39. 39. Oh, nope, I didn't want that. 40. And 26. There we go. So now if I punch this one... Oh, it's just... Well, that was an unforeseen issue I didn't think about. I think it's because you have it do limit, but you didn't sort to nearest. Okay, so I need sort to nearest. Okay, so it was this command, which was... Where is it at? I need you back. Come back. So this is here, doing this. Sort nearest. Okay, so I need to do that. Sort equal nearest. Did I do that correctly? Nearest. Okay, yes, so that looks correct. You gonna refresh the stream? Alright, sounds good. So now if I go back to my summon, that's 40 negative 25. That one. Okay, that's fine. So I break that one. Okay. Still did that one. And the nearest thing should be functioning. Okay. So that, do the 40, do this with the 25, and then do this with 39. Okay, so if I break this one, I broke the one back there. That's unfortunate, because I thought it was working how I needed it to. Is it doing like the... Is it doing the first one that I spawn in? Okay, let's try something here. I can use this as my testing zone if I do this correctly. So grab that, cancel, and then grab that. Grab this button. So that puts that one there, that one puts that one there. If I smack this one, yeah, it's doing like the one that was summoned in first. So like the newest entity. Huh, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, I don't know why. I guess my internet's just bugging out right now. The bitrate's gone to nothing. Well, that's unfortunate because I'm intending to do it like this, where I've got a set of bunch of them all piled up right here. So I need them not to do weirdness like that. I think so, because you have a slash kill at tag limit 1. So do I need to do that one also sorted to the nearest? Sort equal nearest as well. Save that. Let's put a reload. Test that, see if that changes anything. Aha! There we go. That seems to be working. Oh, hold on. Okay. Change that to @n instead of @e. That might fix it. For the kill part. Can try that as well. And let's remove the nearest just to experiment with it. Go remove that. Test saving it. Slash reload. Okay. Oops, breaking buttons. Still going to be weird if you're standing near one, but one is further. Yeah, so it's a little weird. So the @e sort nearest is the same as @n? Okay. Well, at least that's a little less janky. It's not quite as weird as breaking one that's super far away. So I kind of imagine the player would go like this and, you know, be running towards or walking up to the one they're going to break. So they might discover that if they like fiddle with it.
Hops around excitedly. Hi everybody. I'm Clumsy
And they'll
Rethiath,
be swinging
the
a
bunny
sword,
turtle.
so maybe they'll
Waves
like
little
think
paws so
that they
happy you're
swung
all
it or
here.
something. Yeah.
Wiggles tail happily.
It's good enough, right? So with this one, then I should be able to change this part to just @n instead of that, right? Or no, I'm not sure. Okay. Well, I need to do another test now, or another thing I want to do. So the next step is I want this to only happen, like only break if you have a wooden sword in your hand. Or I guess wood sword specifically can work for the test. If you can detect which entity has been attacked and then have the entity run the command instead of you could probably fix that. Which should work with the, what is it, @s I think it is? So it should be the entity that, yeah, this one here. So the @s should be the current entity. Which I guess if I did the kill command, I should do @s. I could try that. And then reload. So now what it should do... Nope, I broke it. It doesn't like that. So it will not do @s for that one, which is interesting. Unless I can put that in... I guess if I did execute at this entity and then do the /kill @s, maybe? What if I did this? What if I grab this bit here and add that here prior to that? What will that do for me? Okay, let's make sure I don't have the advancement. Advancement reward function is executed by the player. Well, I did some awkward stuff. Okay. What if I summon you in, summon you in? Weird. Because it's sorting to the nearest. Do I need to have that not do sort to nearest? Maybe that's what's being weird. Huh. It's doing some weird behaviors now, that's for sure. Well, that's definitely not the verbal janky behavior. So at the very least, I know this is at least reasonable. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I broke it. Fiddling with it too much. Oh, it's because I put it back to at E instead of at N, I think. No, because at N here would break it. I don't know what I've done, but I've done weird things. If you can have the command find the nearest interaction that has been interacted with already instead of just the nearest one, and then have it execute as that? Let's see. I wonder if I could... I might be able to do where I add the tag when the player punches it, but then they could punch any entity and give it the tag, so that wouldn't be a good idea. So find the nearest interaction that has been interacted with already, instead of just the nearest one. How do I do that? So I do this, I can click that, and then I can get its data. And it shows nothing's been interacted with. So when I punch it, oh, it's dead now because I've interacted with it. Let's try this again. I could do this, right? Does that show? I've right-clicked it. Yes, you can do execute as at tag push if data. Push if data. So, okay. I guess I'm not quite following what you're meaning with that part. Because it definitely adds in data if a player's interacted with it. If I can figure out how to find that data like you mentioned, that's probably the best way to do it. If data is part of the execution command. Right. I guess I'm just not following what to do with that. Oh, like maybe do here? Can I add that in here, I wonder? See if that happens. Can I do that? Can I add extra onto this? No, so I'd have to do an execute. So I'd have to have the execute if data entity, and I need type or tag, and say bush. Oh, did I miss something? What did I derp up here? Yeah, it should be entity tag equal. Do I have to have this? No, it should just be this. Only one entity is allowed by that. Okay. It doesn't like the @e selector. What was it? @s? I could do an @s, the one that was interacted with. And then say run at the entity? No, run as. Okay. Basically detect if it has the interaction object. You can do execute as @e tag push if data entity @s. Okay, so it wasn't liking the @e though, which was weird. Oh, execute as. Oh, okay, entity. This, whoops, this one. You can do execute as @e tag equal push if data entity @s interacted, is what I'm guessing you mean, right? So push, close it, and then if data entity, this one. Then I just gotta figure out if it has the interaction. Basically detect if it has the interaction object. I guess that's the part I'm not sure how to identify now because I can tell it says player, so oh, that has the interaction. So I guess to say direction. I'm not sure if you can just look to see if the interaction object exists though, or if it's gonna want to know exactly all the details like the timestamps. I know you can get specifically into that data, like you can get layers deep, because I found how to get access to the coordinates of a load compass before, but I wasn't able to do anything in it. I was trying to change stuff. But with this, I might be able to do player, and then I say, then I need to say run kill this. Which that should technically be working on this then. Direction player run. So I don't know if that's quite the right syntax, but I think that's in the right direction. At least the syntax is technically valid. Do I need to put in the tag? Push? Like that? That still doesn't work. The tag push, shift that out to the as interaction player. Because it has an interaction now, because I've right-clicked it. Which... Interaction dot player? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, cool. So now the question is though, so if I do this and this, if I right click both of these, so they've both been interacted with, and then I run that command, it kills them both. So that's the only weird thing about it. So I'd have to specifically detect if the player left clicked or right clicked.
Shifts around and lets out a soft Sleepy chirpin, nap time. Stretch his tiny legs and tucks head under wing's ease. So cozy here.
Okay. Well, I want to at least grab this and drop it into my little pile of commands I'm now accumulating. I should probably put notes on what they're supposed to do, but what I was attempting to accomplish while doing them. If they're not obvious, which for the most part they're pretty obvious. Okay. What if the player didn't left click with a sword, you delete the interaction info before the command gets ran? So basically have a branching statement, more or less. So from my understanding, you can kind of do that with data packs. I just don't know exactly how to do that. So I guess I could do an if thing. So if the player used the wooden sword, run it. So I basically say if the player is holding a sword in their hand and they interacted with it, destroy it. But can I right click it with a sword in my hand? Yes, you can right click it with a sword. So any sort of right click apparently works. Huh. It's definitely an interesting way to approach it. Oh, except like it's the thing is about a lot of this stuff is like my brain like understands the process I want to create, but like understanding the proper syntax to get the solution I'm after is what I struggle with. Because my brain's like, do a thing. Now how to do the thing exactly? So that the computer understands what I wanted to do. Alright, so what if the player didn't left click with a sword? You delete the interaction info before the command gets ran. So basically, if they right click it or left click, so if they interact with it with anything but the sword, it doesn't run the command. That's what I'm understanding. That's what you're wanting me to go with. Sorry, what you're trying to say. Huh. I don't know if my brain is there a way to detect if a player has an advancement? You should be able to, I think. So I can do an execute, sorry, execute if we can say entity nearest player, I think you could check that somehow. Because you can say, I guess you could, So I can do that. Then if I try doing it again, it keeps granting it over and over again. I thought it couldn't grant it again. So that's not an option. I was hoping I could do that. What if I say revoke? Can I can't revoke it. Because it's my game tick. Oh yeah, because it's always doing it, huh? But I can't revoke an advancement I don't have. So if I grant it, and then I revoke it, it's it's saying I don't have it. Oh, it's because the reward is immediately. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm following you. I understand. So I guess I could have it reward it, and then when you delete it, it could revoke it, which is technically doing there. So I could have it do something in this part, maybe, before revoking it? Because I could tell it to run the function of do something, then revoke the command. Or I could have it do something after revoking the command. I'm not sure, but I think this is a good place to leave it. I'm at my usual like 3 hours that I stream, so it's gonna be it for today. But thank you so much, Brevert, for all the help. Much appreciated. I will probably be streaming this again at some point. I'm not sure exactly when, but this is one of my many projects that I like to work on. So tomorrow I'm actually gonna be streaming something new, but. Yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Let's make Secret of Mana in Minecraft. Hope you're all doing well. Let's double check if I have any raid options. Let's take a look. Anyone I'm currently following? Skunk Monkey is. Let's go raid the Skunk Monkey. Away! Start the raid! Do. 3, 2, 1, and knock knock. Did it work? Oh, did I press something and mess it up? Oh no, it is working. I think. Things are doing things, right? Right now. Oh, what? I did something weird to my thing. Oh, gosh. Okay, I can stop